Welcome back to the Illuminated Path. This is episode 62. What are we talking about today?
We're doing an episode all on gratitude. We talk about it so much, but when we went and looked back at like all of our episodes, we were like, wow, we've never actually done an episode just on gratitude. So here it
Yeah,
is.
I think we had some ideas for it, but I think the initial plan was to go and do a bunch of research and cite all these articles. And I think what we realized with our podcast is like, I'm not trying to convince people,
No, definitely not. And
and the people that would need to be convinced don't want help.
they're probably not listening to our podcast.
And
So that's okay.
nor are they people who would take initiative. So I'll start this episode by saying gratitude has been so extensively studied. A simple Google search will show you a ton of research on how it affects everything from our mood to our biology to helping depression or our gene expression and making us run more efficiently. It helps diabetes, everything.
Yeah.
And it is literally as simple as taking 2 minutes a day to really just sit in gratitude for something.
Yeah.
So, with that said, gratitude is one of the highest frequencies that a human can feel. We talk a lot about our vibration, and gratitude is a very high vibration. So, talk to us then about the thoughts and beliefs of gratitude.
It can just do so much for you, right? It can allow you to really shift your perspective. If you had something happen that was terrible or you're struggling with something, when you can like find even this tiniest bit of gratitude for something or shift yourself to being grateful for something else that you do have in your life despite that hardship maybe,
Yeah.
it can really help you to get through that because and it can make you remember like no, I'm not stuck in this forever, and there are good things, there are great things in life. It can help you to see that things are, maybe challenging, and you can be grateful for that because it's teaching you something. It's helping you to grow, and as humans we're just always meant to be growing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It can allow you to see more opportunity. And like I said, like learning the lessons and realizing, okay, like maybe I had to go through that because I was meant to learn something on the other side.
Yeah, and I think this is a good time to say too, a lot of our past few episodes, the ones that have been you and me, really all tie together in terms of life transitions and money mindset and scarcity versus abundance. And even if you look back further, growth mindset and fixed mindset. I mean, if you really apply all this, your life will transform.
Yeah.
But um absolutely, like, taking time for gratitude will also help you cultivate that abundance mindset.
Yeah. And then having gratitude and like being grateful and like reminding yourself to be that, it really can help bring you to the present moment.
Yeah.
Because usually when you are like nervous about something or anxious about something, you're thinking of the future. Or if you're sad about something, you're often thinking about the past. And if you're grateful for like what I have currently or what is going
Mm,
on currently. It allows you to be more present. And presence is something that so many people struggle with because of just how fast our lives are and how much society is just go, go, go.
I wanna spend a minute on what you just said because I think that, like, people really need to understand the gravity of this, and this is something that, um, I believe comes from Joe Dispenza's work, Dr. Joe Dispenza, who we've talked about a bit. Um, but long story short, right? We tend to be sad when we're looking at the past, right? And just take a moment on like what that actually means. You're not living your life. You're not there. You are literally dwelling on something else.
Right.
Anxiety looking forward, typically it's anticipatory. Um Again, you're dwelling on a potential, a hypothetical.
Something that hasn't even happened yet.
Right. And the only way that we truly live our lives with meaning is to be present. And
Right.
so I believe Dr. Joe Dispenza calls it the gracious present moment. And it's truly like the only way to live with intention and be there is to be present.
Mhm.
So gratitude helps really center you in that regard.
Yeah. Absolutely. And it's so important just for your nervous system.
Yeah.
Like your nervous system controls like all of those emotions and that those feelings of anxiety and feelings of sadness. Like if you are someone who is stuck in those, then your nervous system doesn't think you're safe. So you're in this state of chronic stress, which is really bad for your body, really bad for a lot of your systems if you're stuck there. And it's hard to be present and experience like a nervous system that believes like you're safe and things are good.
Yeah. I mean, and that is literally just a chain reaction of you're not present, so you're stuck in a stress state, your body's in fight or flight, you can't get into rest and digest, you're not healing as well, your digestion's not working as well. There's all sorts of things like that's where disease happens, and it really is about getting your life to a very intentional point.
Yeah. So when you are able to access that gratitude, you're able to like ground yourself in the present moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I know you said at the beginning some of the really positive effects
Yeah,
of
so I want
gratitude.
to share some of that.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's been extensively studied. I'm not we're not really gonna do a ton here to cite all the sources. If you don't know by now that there's sources, probably not for you. Um, but I'm just gonna read some of these off because they're really fascinating. Can drastically reduce. This is all for gratitude. The effects of gratitude. Tons of case studies, several clinical studies. Reduce mental health symptoms, anxiety, depression, PTSD. At a biological level, it will reduce chronic pain, disease, and inflammation. It improves your mood, helps you sleep, helps people manage grief better. It's actually been shown to extend your lifespan, which I think is an interesting point. Miserable people tend to not live as long.
Yeah.
It affects your blood sugar, helps diabetics manage glucose better. From a mental perspective, I think these are really interesting. It improves patience, helps self confidence, makes you less materialistic, makes you more optimistic and thinking more positively. Gratitude can also reduce feelings of envy and jealousy in relationships. It improves romantic relationships as well as relationships with family and friends. We have a note in here. So, Kate and I, something we've always done in our relationship that I really appreciate is we always tell the other one, like if someone does something, we say like I appreciate you, thank you for doing that. And we always take time. I ask you every night, what are you grateful for today? I feel like I haven't done that in a little bit actually, now that I'm saying that. But
But we do it.
but we have intentional time to let the other know like we're grateful for you. We appreciate, you doing that. And also we take time to dwell on what we are grateful for that day in our lives.
Yeah.
In the workplace, gratitude helps people make better decisions, become more productive, retain more information. So, gratitude can actually help you learn better, and even cultivate a stronger sense of fulfillment. So, if you have gratitude, you carry that into your work, you can find a stronger sense of fulfillment in it. It literally affects every area of your life, your biology, mental health, relationships, work. And that's literally why you and I always say a simple gratitude practice could change your life, because I think when people hear all this, they think, I need to spend an hour a night to get any of those benefits. You don't. A gratitude practice can be as simple as sitting down every day and just writing 3 lines, 3 things that you're grateful for. It
Mhm.
won't take you more than 2 minutes.
Yes. But also, I will say, like I said previously, I don't remember if it was in this episode or the last one, but take a moment to like actually feel the gratitude. Like, don't just
Yes,
like
yes, yes.
blah, 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 did it. Okay, done. Cause
Yeah.
then you're not actually feeling the gratitude, but take a minute to like think of things.
You fall into a routine and you really want to, during that time, actually be grateful, not
Yeah.
like, oh, I need to list something, but actually feel the emotions of gratitude. You know, you're grateful you could pay your bills. Actually sit and think about, what does that mean? Like, okay, I'm taken care of. I have what I need. My needs are met. I'm very fortunate. I'm more fortunate than some people. You know, really take time to feel the emotions, because that is the skill,
Mhm.
not writing down the 3 things or whatever it is. Gratitude practices can be many different things. But I think if you start with that and just write 3 things, take 30 seconds for each one, and just spend time with the emotions. It will be life changing.
Yeah, it can still be less than 5 minutes a day, but it's the consistency
Yeah.
of bringing yourself into that emotion and into that frequency that starts to create change, compounding changes in your life.
Yeah.
So it has to be a practice. And we really try to like simplify things. There are certain things that you could do in your life that take a lot of time or effort. But I just like if you could change so much about your life by doing something so simple like this, like, why not? Why
Mm,
wouldn't you at least give it a try, give it a solid try and take time for yourself? Like, put the phone down for a few minutes, get up a few minutes earlier, or whatever you have to do. Like, it's so simple to find this time. You can
yeah.
always create time for something that takes such a small amount of it.
There are a lot of reasons to make it a priority.
Yeah.
It's also eventually, I think, like meditation, it becomes a way of life that keeps you more present.
Hmm.
I think a lot of times in my life when I haven't really had gratitude or appreciated things, it was times where I was, watching a lot of content, Netflix, playing video games, or eating like crap and drinking all the time. And I didn't reach a point of being able to appreciate small moments until I was consistently practicing gratitude and or meditating.
Yeah.
And that also makes me think of this concept of savoring where, if you have a moment you really like, the human brain wants to like think, "Oh, what can we do to make this even better?" And the only thing you can really do is appreciate the moment. Um and I think that that's my point is that that only comes when you're present. And
Hmm.
that's why gratitude is so powerful because if you're not practicing gratitude, you're not able to get present. You'll have these really meaningful moments that you are physically there for, but mentally not.
Yeah. And then it's like that's what life's all about is like having those moments that you remember and that you're grateful for and that you were able to be present for when it was happening and feel like those true feelings of joy and
Yeah,
gratitude for them.
absolutely. Yeah. So, like we said, you can look up 1,000 different ways to start a gratitude practice. That's your homework from this episode. Go
He's
look up,
giving homework.
go look up what a gratitude practice should be for you. But yeah, in its simplest form, you can write 3 to 5 things every day and just have a little journal you keep, write the date, write, little bullets or whatever it is. But like Kate said, really make sure you spend time on the emotions and the gravity of each of those things.
Yeah,
I mean, and if you can't think of absolutely anything, you always have food, water, shelter. But again, sit there and really think about what that means.
true.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. Go be grateful.
Go be grateful. It'll change your life. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.